We interrupt our programming. This is a global emergency. Global alert. Global alert. Global alert. This is not a test. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, the Centers for Disease Control, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and the United Nations. Please listen carefully to this message, as this pertains to a global crisis. At 9:42 a.m., the National Aeronautics and Space Administration has detected an asteroid. It is approximately 2 miles wide, is on a course collision with the Earth. The asteroid will impact the Atlantic Ocean 230 miles away from Boston, Massachusetts, and will make impact at around 10:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was also confirmed that this asteroid is carrying K1V0, as reported by the Centers for Disease Control. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration had also confirmed that this asteroid was created by the demigod of chaos, or chicken nugget, as they are causing major damage across the globe. We do not know why he is doing this, but the United Nations and the United States government are speculating that this is because they are trying to find someone by the name of Adam. Once the asteroid makes impact, large amounts of K1V0 will launch in the atmosphere, and most of the globe will be filled with K1V0. All residents listening to this message, you are strongly urged to do the following. Seek a fallout shelter immediately. Above ground survival will not work, as you will be infected with K1V0. Turn off all ventilation systems. Secure all entrances to your fallout shelter. Bring necessary supplies such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a first aid kit, and a battery power or hand crank radio to your fallout shelter. Cell phones and smartphones will not work due to a major outage. Emergency operators will not be available due to the situation. The President of the United States will address the nation within a few hours. All television programming will be off the air until further notice. May God help us all.
Future updates will be announced when it becomes available.
This is a message from the Centers for Disease Control along with the World Health Organization. For the remaining survivors of K1B0, you are humanity's last hope. The Centers for Disease Control and the World Health Organization have finally finished producing the cure for K1B0. The cure is located in Miami, Florida in the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Center. Your mission is to reach the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention Center in Miami. Here are some instructions to survive. Stay away from any animated characters, stay away from civilization, and mostly stay away from the demigod of chaos. Once you reach the CDC Center, the cure has been put in the archived center. It has a special protection system so that the infected will not break the cure or destroy it. There is also a machine that can make the same cure for K1B0. Once you are in possession with the cure, you must use a syringe in order to work. Then the infected will turn inanimated and return to their normal selves. The cure has been tested and it is 100% usable against K1B0. Remember, you are humanity's last hope. Failing to cure the infected will result with an extinction. Good luck out there and don't get infected.